Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council, Oglala Sioux Tribe, and unincorporated tribe. Resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council to supersede Resolution number 12-03 in its entirety as of January 3rd, 2012, and approve the service agreement between the Oglala Sioux Tribe and AT&T Mobility LLC, under which AT&T will provide tribal lifeline service for the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, service agreement between Oglala Sioux Tribe and AT&T Mobility LLC. Whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe is a federally recognized Indian tribe, and the Oglala Sioux Tribe is also a treaty tribe with the federal government. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe was organized under a constitution and bylaws approved January 15, 1936, and subsequently amended on December 24, 1969, December 3, 1985, July 11, 1997, and December 18, 2008, for the purpose of serving the members of the tribe. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe did recognize in August 2000 that more than 50% of the residents of the Indian Reservation had either no telephone service or were unable to afford telephone service. And whereas the Oglala Sioux Tribe did recognize and approve the Trate Woglaka service agreement with WWC License LLC on August 21, 2000, which was resolution number 00-87, to address these issues on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And whereas WWC License LLC was purchased by Alltel Corporation, who was later purchased by Verizon Wireless, and in mid-2009 was directed by the United States Department of Justice and the Federal Communications Commission to divest itself of all Alltel holdings in the state of South Dakota. And whereas AT&T purchased the Alltel/Verizon holdings in South Dakota effective June 22nd of 2010. And whereas the sovereign powers of the Oglala Sioux Tribe are recognized by AT&T forth in the service agreement between the Oglala Sioux Tribe and AT&T Mobility LLC. And whereas the service agreement between the Oglala Sioux Tribe and AT&T Mobility LLC will provide the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation with similar telephone penetration rate capability as AT&T provides to other rural areas in western South Dakota, and will promote public safety and will provide for mobile wireless service, not only to the residents of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, but also to additional members of the Oglala Sioux Tribe who are not residents of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And whereas resolution number 12-03 of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe was adopted by this tribal council during a regular session of the council held on the 3rd day of January 2012, as certified by the Secretary of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe. And whereas expeditious action by the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council is of extreme importance, now therefore be it resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe does hereby proclaim that certain resolution number 12-03 of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe, adopted by this council on the 3rd day of January 2012, is hereby superseded in its entirety by this resolution effective as of this date 2016. And be it further resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council hereby approves the service agreement between Oglala Sioux Tribe and AT&T Mobility LLC in all of its particulars. And be it further resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council of the Oglala Sioux Tribe does hereby authorize the waiver of the assessment of the 911 surcharge of $3, adopted in Ordinance 05-32, dated September 27, 2005, and Ordinance 09-39, dated November 24, 2009, for eligible Oglala Sioux Tribal member who subscribes to AT&T's Tribal Lifeline service. And be it further resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council does hereby authorize the limited waivers of the sovereign immunity of the Oglala Sioux Tribe only to the extent provided in and specific to the service agreement between the Oglala Sioux Tribe and AT&T Mobility LLC, and limited to the terms and conditions of said service agreement. And be it further resolved that the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council does hereby authorize the Oglala Sioux Tribal President John Yellowbird Steele to sign on behalf of the Oglala Sioux Tribe the original of the service agreement between Oglala Sioux Tribe and AT&T Mobility LLC as the full and final expression of the parties, an exact copy of which, including Exhibit A and Exhibit B, is attached to this resolution.
Tribal Council, I want you to understand this one part. When you're waiving that 3% tax, it's only on those what they used to call the commod phones. All wireless bills will have that $3 surcharge on it for our 911, except those phones that are the old commod phones that pay $0 per month. Those are the only ones you're waiving, Mr. Little Thunder. You don't question my quorum, I can proceed.
I'd rather have them in here. Questioning. They just went down the hall.
I got 12. Or I just need since they question. I will proceed with 6 of you if nobody questions the quorum. I would have an established quorum. I've been waiting for this service agreement. The last one expired in August. We should have been working on this last spring.
So where's the attachments to it? Where's the attachments to it?
The service agreement itself.
I know, but
You got a copy of the service agreement, John? Secretary needs that service agreement that goes with the resolution. Okay, we got 13. Secretaries can call for a vote.
you didn't make a motion, did you?
Oh, did I have a motion? No, I don't think so.
Let's get that service agreement. I'm gonna have them print that out so we have it for the record.
John, you got a copy of that service agreement for the secretary?
Yes, sir.
EVD committee went over this real extensively and in depth. Yes, Sonia.
Yeah, I know that we discussed it, but I think that we have a question now that if this passes, that we're going to have a new agreement with AT&T. One thing that I guess we talked about earlier was the services that are not currently provided in certain parts of the reservation. And we specifically talked about Red Shirt Table services there and Slim Buttes and certain areas. We want to make sure that this agreement is going to cover those areas within the reservation. That's the question we was just asking Mr. Canis, and he was talking about something with the towers. So, you know, I think we just want to make sure that when we're agreeing to this new agreement, that we are going to make sure that we have something with those towers, or something has to be put in our language, because we want to make sure that we're covering all areas of the reservation that right now today don't have those services.
Yes, and those are going to be followed up on. We can't discuss each and every one right today, but EB&D committee is going to be meeting and getting an agreement that they will be identified and taken care of. That's in the agreement.
It is, and Mr. President, to President's point, part of the problem AT&T expressed, and I don't know if it was with the tower you were talking about, but I know it was a Pine Ridge Tower, was that they were having problem getting authorization from the land committee to come on property to work on there. So about a few months ago, we designated Bo White as a point of contact between all contacts for the tribe and AT&T. And Juanita was working with him very closely, and it worked out great. And he expedited, so I know at least the Pine Ridge Tower had work done on it. Sure, and I don't know if it's all fixed now or not, but at least that process was in place, and that is very much a part of this agreement.
Yes, we'll use that same process to take care of all the areas. Yes. Ms. Filterpipe, you come question after the fact?
I was waiting for you to finish talking. I just want to make sure that you do hold up that end with the towers. I live right in Oglala. For a while, I don't have service 4 days out of the week. And I live on a flat surface. I can see the tower from where I live. There's probably about 3,000 to 4,000 phones just in Oglala alone. Several times you've heard that we lost a community member. I don't know where the figures came from, but that she called 911 31 times. She passed away. During that time, we didn't have service right in Oglala for 2.5 weeks. She was found, they figured out 5 days after she had passed away. So it's critical.
Thank you,
We
we're
have-
addressing that, we
I know,
addressed
sir,
it.
but I'd like to finish. It's very important. You guys, where you live, you have phone service. We don't most times. And it is scary. We have to drive 4 or 5 miles down to our ambulance base and hope that someone is there. But lives are on the line because we don't have phone service. When those times occur, we come halfway to Pine Ridge. We go 12 miles north. We go out to the casino just to make phone calls because a lot of us come to depend on our cell phones, so we let go our home phone service. And there was a time there, a movement where we wanted to just go back to Golden West and see what they could do for us. Losing one community member was more than enough. So please keep in mind that these towers are very important. When we called, a tower up by Wombly got fixed, one over in Martin got fixed, one up in Rapid City. Yet Oglala has had this problem for years. And when we call in to AT&T, they treat us like we're lying because their computers show that we have service. Yet I'd have to drive to Pine Ridge just to call AT&T and say, hey, my service is out again. So while you're doing all of this, you remember a life has already been lost. Thank you.
That was our fault for not having the service agreement in place that Mr. Candace did for us for free. Do I get a motion?
That motion, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Mr. Ross, second by Ms. Weston. Secretaries, call for your vote.
Floyd Brings Plenty.
How?
Don Fire Thunder.
Yes.
Ella John Carlo.
Yes.
Marilyn Charging Crow. Jackie Sears. Sonia Little Hawk Weston. Collins Clifford. John C. Wilson. David Poyer. Patrick Ross.
Yes.
Alan Fills the Pipe. Austin Watkins. Blaine Little Thunder.
Ho.
James Cross.
He's excused.
Robin Tapio.
She's excused too.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
And I didn't call Mike.
He was excused during. Yep, that's our quorum. Tribal Council got a vote of 14 yes, 0 no's, unanimous. Thank you so much. Mr. Clifford.
John, I would just, I want to entertain a motion that, before it gets too gone and we lose our quorum, to a motion to put a stop to that referendum vote on alcohol tomorrow. That's my motion.
Tribal Council during what we considered our late noon hour, we had a protest of some riders ride up and some people walking. A pickup truck with a drum group and singing, protesting that Crazy Horse's dream. I got a motion second on the floor. Secretary, can call for your vote.
Floyd Brings Plenty.
How?
Don Fire Thunder. Ella John Carlo.
No.
Marilyn Charging Crow. Jackie Sears. Sonia Little Hawk Weston. Collins Clifford.
How?
Chauncey Wilson?
No.
David Poyer?
Yeah.
Patrick Ross? Alan Fields the Pipe?
Huh.
Austin Watkins?
How?
Little Thunder?
Oh, okay.
James Cross, you said was gone. Robin. Craig Dillon?
No.
Tribal Council got a vote of 9 yes, 4 no, 1 not voting. The secretary will notify him.
No
Thank
vote?
you.
Thank you.
Or
One
it's
not
going?
voting. Huh?
No, what, how does it go? To stop it, right? So you stop it?
Tribal Council, Mr. Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Moving back to the business at
Yes.
hand. Thanks CJ for his input on that. We're moving back to like the Utilities Commission, and part of the reasons why we're here today and all of the issues that have come forward, and there's part of these things that they created out of that ordinance, and part of that was a partnership with the Native American Technologies, and I think if they're no longer in existence, I think the tribe needs to make a motion at this time to rescind those resolutions of 09-108 and 09-155, which created the partnership between
Were those resolutions or ordinances?
the resolutions. So I think we need to dissolve, I don't know how you would say, dissolve them or whatever, rescind them, and then also, so I'll make that motion at this time, Mr. Chair, so.
Recognize motion, sir. On the 2 resolutions read, can you read it for the secretary or what, those numbers? I got a second from Ms. Weston.
Resolution 09108 was resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribe approving the creation of a joint venture between the Oglala Sioux Tribe Office of Economic Development and Native American Technologies.
Yes, it's not in existence anyway, I understand.
And resolution number 09-155 was resolution of the Oglala Sioux Tribal Council approving the creation of a joint venture between the Oglala Sioux Tribe Office of Economic Development and Native American Technologies.
It's moved anyway, but we're going to rescind them, Tribal Council. Got a motion and a second. Secretary, to call for your vote.
Floyd Brings Plenty.
How?
Don Firethunder.
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo.
Yes.
Marilyn Charging Crow. Jackie Sears. Sonny Little Hawk Weston.
Huh?
Collins Clifford.
How?
Chauncey Wilson.
How?
David Poyer.
Yes.
Patrick Ross.
Yes.
Alan Fields the Pipe.
Huh.
Austin Watkins.
How?
Blaine Little Thunder.
Oh.
James Cross isn't here. Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Mr. Ross.
The number?
We got a vote of 14 yes, 0 no's. Motion carried unanimous. Thank you very much. Mr. Ross.
Thank you, Tribal Council. Lastly, we have a motion, Mr. Chair, to dissolve the temporary appointments of the Utilities Commission at this time and to move forward with putting out an advertisement for letters of intent for the commission to be seated in the next term. With that, I so move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. I recognize your motion, second by Mr. Clifford. Secretary, can call for your vote.
Floyd Brings Plenty.
How?
Don Firethunder.
Yes.
Ella Giancarlo.
Yes.
Marilyn Charging Crow. Jackie Sears.
Huh?
Sonia Lil Hawk Weston.
Huh?
Collins Clifford.
How?
Chauncey Wilson.
How?
David Poyer.
Yes.
Patrick Ross.
Yes.
Alan Fields the Pipe.
Huh.
Austin Watkins.
How?
Blaine Little Thunder,
Ho.
Craig Dillon.
Yes, ma'am.
Tribal Council go to vote of 14 yes, 0 no's, motion carried unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tribal Council. That's all we have today, Mr. Chairman, I was glad to get this AT&T business done.
Thank you, sir. Do I got a motion to adjourn? Motion by Mr. Clifford, seconded by Mr. Pyatt. Mr. Dillon. Secretary, call for your vote to adjourn.
Floyd Bringsplenny,
How?
Don Fire Thunder, Ella Giancarlo,
Yes.
Marilyn Charging Crow, Jackie Sears,
Huh?
Sonia Little Hawk Weston,
Huh?
Collins Clifford, Chauncey Wilson,
No.
David Poyer. Yes. Patrick Ross,
Yes.
Alan Fills the Pipe, Austin Watkins,
Yeah, announce it, Lisa.
Blaine Little Thunder,
Ho.
Craig Dillon.
Yes.
Tribal Council got a vote of 13 yes and 1 no. We are adjourned, except that one person, if you could camp out here till tomorrow. Thank you so much, Council.
Chance, you're here all night.
Tomorrow. See what the secretary has here.
I'll go top.
Just a second, this young lady wants to say something.
Hello, Council. My name's Ina Mae Rodriguez, and I just wanted to come before the Council today, and I want to thank God for helping me and, thank Wankantanka and Wanikia for Mr. Pat Ross for stepping up and helping me get to my appointment in Salt Lake City, Utah for breast cancer. And I believe as a member of this tribe, all of our council reps, you need to step up and help our people that, that are going a far way to seek this help, Today I am cancer-free, and I thank God with all my heart, that I stand before you, and I'm a witness to being healed, and I thank Wanikia for healing me. And I thank you, Mr. Pat Ross, for stepping out, and whoever else had a part to do in this. I really, really thank you today. Bopila.
Council, have attention. Here's the mic. Serious, I need help. I'm requesting for your assistance. First, I had the honorable members of council. We traveled to regional hospitals to see the family of Marlita Pacheco's sister, whom is in critical condition. They're in and out now. Her heart, her kidneys, now her liver. And she has family. She just adopted her husband deceased, adopted a granddaughter. They raised her. Now this come up. So earlier I got a call from her daughter named Lenora, and she made a will, and she wants to add some. The doctor told her that, the family, that there's nothing they can do. A lot of things have gone into her body that went wrong. And she called me crying. Lenora, it's hard to lose a mom. Yeah. that will check you. And a lot of them are, tell us we did one for thanking the council for your help, cancer, operation, and many others. Heavenly Father, I know it's in all things, Lord, in our minds, and you see in our hearts. Father, these days, many things. But many believe in that faith in you. Put it in your hands, Lord, the situations. And the first day of a council meeting for the reservation, for their children, your creation, the natives. Father, the meeting, maybe has been done. Many issues this day. Continue to be with, Lord. Some will be traveling many miles upon the highways, upon the roads. And there's danger always upon the highways. Lord, we ask for your guidance, protection, watch over, and comfort and strength continue to be with, and the healing, the mind, and the heart. It is a burden for them on their shoulders. The reservation-wide, many people they're standing for. There are many things, many ways, many thoughts, words, accomplishment. We thank you this day, Father, for helping. Continue to be another day. Watch over throughout this night. And a blessing, Lord, the families, the loved ones. Your holy name, we turn our thanks, glory back to you, the Son of God, Jesus of Nazareth. Amen.
Amen. Open up.
Get on, man.